17 track samples in the song.
We
17
back.
track samples in the song.
We
Draws in
back.
the ears, draws in the ears. Baby, get more clear. Parents
We
on
back.
the gone.
We back.
22 parents roll 17. Badges 17 conflicts. Parents conflicts. Badges 17 parent roll-ons and dogs. Parents got conflicts. 23 got roll 5-3 got parents on tracks. They got 22
Microphone
conflicts.
check.
Roll got 22s and roll got 20 draw the gots. Parents got 17 rolls, draws and draws and draws. Any 2-track can find draws and draws. Baby got
Say what?
original audio podcast.
That's who we are, everybody.
Audio podcast. Original audio podcast. Original audio podcast. Original audio
Audio podcast.
Original audio podcast. Original audio podcast.
Yes.
17 track
Hello.
samples in the song. 17 track samples in the song.
There were 17
Draws in
samples
the-
on the song. Everybody, come on, let's go. It's your boy LPZ. We got C in the building. We got Akafu. We are the original podcast. The original audio podcast. Not just original, but just original audio podcast. Do not forget who we are. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to the party, baby.
How was everybody's Christmas Eve, Christmas night, Christmas Day? You know, did you guys open up a lot of presents? I only got, well, actually, I will send you guys a picture of what I got. I got a bunch of coffee. I got a Fortnite backpack from my sister.
Nice.
I got some scratch offs. You know, I even got the lotto ticket, but I didn't win because you already know who won. Some guy or some person from way out there in the middle of our country took all that money, all those bags.
Like a gym rat, I got gym clothes and vitamins. Special vitamin supplements.
I got
Did you get
sleep.
Did you get Lululemon? No,
I got sleep.
no Lululemon for you.
Fine and TLS. I don't know, some gym brands. But I don't do Lululemon. That's
Oh, my bad.
what?
You're not rich like that. Come on, girl. I thought you had.
Damn.
bags.
It ain't
Thought you
even
was
about
gone.
It's a waste.
Thought
I'd rather
you was
give that to somebody that I meet on the street than give it to a company that's making billions already. They don't need my money.
Let me do this again.
No Lulus for me. I'm sorry. I'm good.
No Lulus. But they look good though.
And they're not cute on.
Have you ever had any? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever rocked them?
A friend of mine gifted me some, and I didn't like them, so I donated them.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Anything
Have
that
you
promotes the shape of the female gluteus maximus
Listen.
is a plus.
He be rocking his, man. Let me, he.
Whoa, stop.
Oh, I know he
See?
got his Lululemon.
Stop. Listen, both of you need parachutes. Both of you need parachutes.
We off the ledge.
We got parachutes for both of
You
y'all.
look
Y'all
good in
are-
Lululemon.
I have never won Lululemon, so y'all could go ahead and move on to the next subject.
Next. Anyways, guys, we have a lot
Crazy.
to talk about today. We're gonna freestyle. We're gonna have we might have a couple of guests coming in joining us today. But yo, man, this week has been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dive into it. You know what I'm saying? We're not, just to make it clear, this podcast is not about politics. It's about music. That's what we call original audio because it evolves around
Music first.
music. There's a couple of things that I'm going to talk about. I don't know if you guys, when it comes to the music, but let's dive into the meat. Let's dive into Nicki Minaj. Let's talk about Nicki. Let's talk about what's happening and what happened. First and foremost, let me clear the air because everybody's talking about how she deleted her IG. Bada, bada, bada. So it was brought up to my attention that I was spreading fake news on IG. So I looked it up, and she actually deactivated her Instagram in October. So this whole thing with that she did with Charlie Kirk situation, it happened.
Agnostic of that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just looking at the timeline. So let's be clear. So I don't know
Yet
mean,
and still,
but yet she did lose a lot of followers. You know, there's a lot of
what
backlash.
were you talking about?
The backlash is crazy. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
don't
Fool, what do
What
you
back?
think?
For their
I don't
reaction.
think she. I don't think there's no backlash really. Did she? Did she lose her
I mean,
millions? No. Can she not take care of herself and her family? No. Does she have a different viewpoint of the world at the moment? Yes. A lot of people don't like it. No. Okay, and it is what it is. It can be made something that is a big deal, but at the end of the day, she's just an entertainer. How much investment do we need to put into an entertainer who has a different political view?
so, no, let me ask you a question. I think
An
it's about the money.
entertainer with a lot of following has the ability to sway a lot of young minds one way or the other toward good or evil or, you know, toward nonsense. So, like, there is a responsibility to, with great power comes great responsibility. So when you do amass a following, for better or worse, people are going to care more about what you have to say than what I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's
Okay.
crazy to me?
A
It's
lot
just
more
to
people
me.
and a lot more ears. So
To me-
you have to be cognizant of your audience, the people that put you where you are, and you need to move accordingly.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
It's a simple one. Are human beings reliable?
Some are.
No. Some
You
are, but
believe that
I would say
no human being on earth is reliable. At some point, they're going to let someone down, right? And so, at this moment in time, so it's tough to really lean on the whole. Oh, she has an influence. She's an entertainer. She's done nothing to change the world. And that's the wrong person to invest all your energy and hopes and dreams into.
Oh no, she has none of that of mine. It's just there are some people who really did like her and really did rock with her. So
Yeah, at some point you're gonna dislike her because she's not reliable. She ain't
yeah,
somebody you should lean
yeah.
on.
Candace Owen had a lot to say about her.
What she had to say. What did this other unreliable human being have to say?
She had a lot.
zero faith in any
She
humanity.
had a lot to say about.
Okay, so did you guys hear about the African prophet? The African guy who's claiming to, the guy who's claiming to be an African prophet, and said that the Lord said that on this day there would be a big flood and several villagers packed up all their stuff, right? And he said he was building an ark. He was going to build an ark, right? And on this day, be prepared for the flood. He has 2 arks prepared in order to save them. And instead, all the money that they donated to him, he went and bought a Benz. And now
my man.
they looking to prosecute him.
Oh my
But
God.
a whole bunch of people packed up and gave money so he could build this ark. That's unreliable. That's the equivalent of Nicki Minaj.
That's
A
crazy.
whole multiple
You just
villages
call her a
listening to this.
scam artist, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that just like he's unreliable, okay, she's unreliable. We're all unreliable at some point or another. That's the trickery and the sad part about having
I get it.
people to look up to and follow.
I feel that, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say because I'm talking about Nikki right now, but there's also another situation boiling right now in the Latin world, and it's about Romeo Santos and Prince Royce just dropped a new bachata album, and they were interviewed the other day, and they kind of like it's kind of 50-50. A lot of people are pissed and they say they're not going to spend no money on their concerts and this and that, because when it came to the question about how this government is treating our Latin, community with all the illegal stuff, they really had nothing to say. So a lot of people say, how can like Bad Bunny's doing something about it or kind of like speaking on it, but you're gonna just sit back there and not say anything and have your communities back. So the backlash of that, the backlash of that has been crazy all over TikTok. I've seen thousands of people just talking about how they're gonna boycott these people, how they're not gonna spend their money.
Really,
I'm just it's crazy.
You say that, but boycotting does work, and the reason why it does work is because the only thing that a lot of people understand is money, and when it starts to hit your pocket, you might still have $1 million or be a millionaire, but those millions that you lose because
Mhm.
of how you move,
Mhm.
those do hit you
Mhm.
because
So
sustaining that
Mhm.
lifestyle costs all of that.
Mhm. Mhm.
so with that
Okay.
said,
You gotta
So
go away.
that's been a
let me be clear. Me saying all was not saying in any way that boycotting is ineffective. What I was saying all about is really one keyword that he said, that LP said, community. You're asking a group of people who have pulled themselves out of the community and may have forgotten what that community struggle is like, okay, because they're in a different bracket. And so they were silent in the way that, okay, you got out the hood and you just forgot about the hood. All right. That's wrong of them. Okay. Because you are of the community and you should have something to say or have actions to show your support of the community. All right. That
yeah,
you come from.
100%. The interview was like basically Romero was like, you know what, artists, you know, because at one point he was vocal about certain things that were happening, and then now he
Mhm.
was like, oh, you know what, artists now they should just focus on music and they should just leave
Mm.
that alone. And I'm like, bro, no. At the
Yeah,
end
that
of the
means
day, I
somebody
think
sat him
you have
down
a
and explained
responsibility.
how he could lose money the other way.
Okay. So look, in my opinion, this just popped into my head. If entertainers and artists and creatives aren't willing to follow the example of a Muhammad Ali who put it all on the line, then our standards and expectations may be one that is never going to be met because Muhammad Ali lost. He put everything on the line and lost everything and regained everything because he put it out on the line. And a lot of people who willing to do that. Everybody love their comfort now.
Mm-mm-mm.
So they're gonna forget about their
You have people
community.
like Kehlani that are vocal on a lot of things. You have people
Oh
who
yeah,
are
I mean, there's a lot of artists. Like I mean, like even like Taylor Swift. I mean, there's a lot of artists who are speaking
Right,
how they feel, how they see things happening in this country.
right.
So you know,
That's the thing. It's like that's the reason why I say what I say. Like Muhammad Ali standard, Nicki
these are
Minaj,
two. Yeah,
Bad Bunny, and such and such. Do they meet that standard? I don't think so. So I don't hold it against them. They ain't on the same principles that Ali was on.
not on the same page.
Right. That's all.
Yeah,
I
nice.
don't fault
So
them.
yeah,
It's just
so there's been a lot of backlash when it comes to that situation. The community is speaking loud and clear about what's happening. You know, moving forward, how they feel and about these two individuals. I
the
feel like
reality is.
I feel like Prince Royce wanted to say something, but you could tell it in his face, but he just was like,
well, if you look back across history, right, you had Bob Marley. A lot of the movements
Mhm.
across the world have happened. Like driving force behind it has been music.
Right.
Has been people who are not afraid to get on stage and share what they see with them.
Everything that you're saying. Think about that. What you just said is the example. That's the roadmap, right? But how many of these Bob Marley made music about it and stood on it, right? Bob Dylan made music about it and stood on it, right? Across all genres.
even
How
Bruce
many
Springsteen.
are right? How many of these artists are we talking about have made songs against and protest of what they're witnessing or what they're hearing and can stand on it? Ain't too many.
Right.
So they ain't really the people that you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna hold you to this standard. You ain't let your music, you know how they say, let your music and your art speak for you. You ain't got nothing speaking for you. So okay, cool.
Right.
That's very true.
And you
Very
made that point.
true. You
Not
know,
me.
with that, yeah, with that said, you know, as we continue to freestyle this Sunday, anybody watch the new Dave Chappelle?
Yes.
I watched some of it. I didn't get
Unstoppable, yo, tell me, let's talk about that.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
talk about that, buddy.
Yeah,
Huh?
let's talk about it. What do you get from the LP?
I mean, the things that he was saying. I mean, there was, I, one thing about Dave that I love is that he just speaks a lot of everything that he speaks is facts. I mean, I love the
Right.
fact. I love how he dove into the whole situation with Nipsey.
Mhm.
That was an interesting thing with regarding the doctor.
What did you get from that?
I don't know, bro. That
I mean,
I
he
don't
don't
want to.
speak in riddles. He don't speak in riddles. Nip.
He
I,
basically said he feel like somebody they they feel that he got killed because of that situation.
okay, so if we address the if
Because
we address
he was working on that on the documentary.
okay, let's bypass the let's bypass who was working on the documentary, right? Let's talk about the person who the documentary was being made about, right?
About the doctor, yeah, about the doctor.
Dr. Sebi, right? And so what was presented, or how how I received it, right, was that okay, he went to court twice because of his claims that he healed people who had AIDS through holistic processes, right? Okay, and he won both cases, which by all facts, you would be like, well, okay, well, if this is the healer, he should be able to heal anybody because he won 2 cases back to get back against the government who's saying, hey, stop spreading those lies, right? And then he says, I befriended a comedian when I was 18 who later in life got exactly what Dr. Sebi claimed to have healed. And I said, no, we're going to take you to Dr. Sebi. And dog still passed away. So that's the real question. It's like, okay, the information that we're receiving, is it factual if when you go test it out and try to confirm, you don't get the same result? Because if you healed and you won, then some people would say, well, you should have been able to do that for him.
Well, you could go much different ways with that, right? Because if you're saying that the gold standard is chemotherapy, for example, right? A lot of people do not make it through chemotherapy, unfortunately, right?
Right.
It's a real hard process on the body. It basically kills all the cells, good and bad, right?
Right.
So to that same logic, then you could say, oh, that doesn't work because it didn't work for a lot of people. It works for a few, right? So not everything is going to work for everybody. So I don't think that's valid.
You don't think what's valid?
I said I don't think that invalidates any of the right?
True.
Because you would have to do a study on it to see for real.
I want to bring somebody in who knows the teachings of the doctor, quite well. And that's my boy. Rick Cone in the building. What you got to say about Dr. Sebi?
Man, I came in at the right time because I've been studying Dr. Sebi's teachings for a long time. And not only does he have over 40 plus case study citation wins on AIDS and sickle cell anemia, they had to find a way to shut him down. That's not a conspiracy, that's real talk. Hollywood has been seeing Dr. Sebi in Honduras for so long. When it finally caught on, you got the American Medical Association tied in with the U.S. and not feeling happy about it. And there's another famous superstar that never made it out of her airplane. And we still don't know why that plane was overloaded and why Left Eye Lopez never left the island, the city. And she was coming from Dr. Sebi's healings. And she was about to spread the word. So this is real. All of his wins on sickle cell and AIDS in New York courts are there, cited, 40 plus wins. And it was a little bit too much. And then Nipsey Hussle, the rest is history.
Well, it's a tale as old as time, right? I'm from Guam, and we have a lot of indigenous practices. For every ailment that we used to have, there was an equal cure, right, from the tree or from whatever from the land. And so you have that kind of holistic medicine, and you have an industry that serves to make money off of taking some of those same elements and turning them into a pill, or creating something in a lab and making that into a pill that has a side effect that you got to take another drug for, that you got to take another drug for. So there is money in making sure that people don't holistically heal or take the right supplements or take care of their bodies. Our healthcare system isn't so much about a cure so much as it is maintenance, right? And
Sure.
it's definitely not about prevention. And so a
No.
lot of the holistic things are about prevention. They're about total body wellness, keeping yourself well throughout your life, staying
Mm-hmm.
active, um, eating the right foods, eating whole foods that aren't covered in chemicals. Like those are basic things, and we're ingesting these things all the time, whether we know it or not.
By
Um,
design.
yeah, and so that leads to all of these things that take us to a hospital bed at some point.
And what I wanted to inject right there, what you said is alternative medicines and holistic medicines. And I take difference to that because they're not medicines, they're ingredients. And so they're not medicinal. It's a basic conversation. And I advise everybody to go to YouTube and watch this video on acid versus alkaline. And that's it. That's it. It's removing all the acidity in your stomach that creates the cancers
Mm-hmm.
and lifting your alkaline to defeat it. He's taking people off from AIDS and sickle cell on that theory of alkaline increase and reduction of acidity. It's from corn syrup, which is poison. I can go on and on and on and
Sugar,
on. But
sugar's
you go to other countries, you have real tomatoes, you have real meat, and I can go on and on and on. Lad Prince knows I've been pescatarian now for 24 years
same.
by
True that.
design. Not because one day to another I said I'm going to stop consuming meat for some political purpose. I was going to stop consuming U.S. manufactured meat.
Well, I mean, the reality is this, along with everything that's being said,
Yes,
one key word that everybody said was industry. From
yes,
medical industry to food industry. And when you speak of Guam, when you speak of any third world country where all of us are tied to it because we understand our family struggle, we understand that we still stuck in those countries in this idea of community, right? And so we got to figure out ways to take care of the community. In the United States, that's abandoned. So it's
yes,
easier for everyone to buy into the industry. It's easy to walk to the store and walk into the hospital, okay? And even the church where it's all industry, right?
hmm
And so the ideas that we're trying to push in a country where they are the focal point is industry and not community,
right.
I mean, you in a big fight.
Yeah, yeah. I had a similar situation with not just an MD, but with an actual veterinarian when I used to have one of my pets that passed on. And so basically, one of my pets way back was having bone problems. You know, aging dog, bone problems, could barely run
Mm-hmm.
up the stairs. And they said, we're going to prescribe this. Of course they would. And I took it, but I did my research. And it just takes people taking research. Found
Mm-hmm.
out the amount of glucosamine that they're trying to give me was only 5% of the dose that was going to require probably 100 prescriptions over the course of his lifetime. Just like
Mm-hmm.
vitamins. Vitamins are a waste. Vitamins are a waste. Take them all day long. You're getting maybe
Right.
5% extract from the actual vegetable or fruit, period.
Right.
Okay, so I looked it up and I found a glucosamine was made for humans and they had a separate division for dogs. Within less than a week, my dog went from not leaving the bed to running upstairs at full speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I made an appointment with the vet just to throw off his game. Yeah, I'm that guy. And so took my dog in there, and he goes, "How's the medicine working?" I said, "I'm here to get a refund."
Damn.
I said, "It's a waste."
He
And
is that guy.
I said, with all due respect, which I've
Mm-hmm.
learned all my life, start off with that, you get further.
Mm-hmm.
With all due respect, I said, this medication is no longer needed. But I had my dog inside the crate because that's what I was transporting him in.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes, "Well, how's your little fella feeling?" I said, "I don't know. Open the gate." And I said, "Wait for me to go to the end of the aisle at PetSmart." So I went over there and I called him. I just clapped once. He ran like he was 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, what are you doing? He said, "What are you taking?" I said, "It's what we're not taking."
Mm-hmm.
And so I removed all probabilities of what was ailing and creating an addiction of the animal to the prescription. It's a business. So I don't like just to give my opinion. I do the research. I look for citations, and then I actually do application. And then I have to go show them what I found. So,
Right.
he goes, what did you give your dog? And I told it. I said, you see, it's not FDA approved. Some great stuff. So I'll leave it at that.
FDA is an industry.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, FDA is an industry. Like, at the end of the day, you said you did the research.
Yes.
We are in the United States of America where the plight is about comfort.
Yes.
The plight is literally by finances and comfort. I'm too comfortable to go do the research. That's why I'm going to go over to the corner store. I'm too comfortable to go, do anything else. That's why I'm going to walk into the hospital. I'm going to trust that those. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, look, it's on us. The onus is on us as the community. And if we ain't gonna do that, like when you get fake news or you get wrong information, it's because you didn't do the research. You're used to being comfortable.
Right. Especially right? Like, I researched everything when I was pregnant with my daughter. Researched everything. So I go in. I didn't get their first vaccines in the hospital. I didn't get because I was like, they're tiny. Like, they don't need that right now. I had a holistic pediatrician. And so he was telling me, like, you need these at these particular ages. If they don't get chickenpox by this time, then get the chickenpox vaccine. That kind of thing, right? And so we spaced them out a lot. And that's because I found this study that was it was peer reviewed, and it basically was saying, because they don't test these vaccines together. They test them separately. Right. So together, that's a compound effect on a child. And so for me, I was like, I'm spacing them out because that's how they're tested. I still got them all the vaccines. I just had to go to more appointments. It's less convenient, but it's something that I felt was safe for my kids. So you do have to do the research, and you have to look at
100%.
A lot of the times the medical staff don't even know, because you ask them. I asked them what the side effects were for this one particular vaccine, and they told me to go watch a video of kids that had it. I was like, I know it's horrible. I'm not saying that that's not a horrible thing to catch. I'm saying, what are the side effects of the vaccine? Oh, well, just read the sample. It's not on the pamphlet.
And the funny thing is, as a majority, certain vaccines have actually worked over time in the years past, from polio and all that. But the reality is, we don't know what's happening with today's versions and exporting and importing the products that go into it. We don't know. And then all of our DNAs are different. There's nothing that's going to work for me that's going to help Akafu, help you, help Prince. And it's rough. I mean, we just kind of have to go with our instincts to do it. But I can say this. It's not about what you decide to consume, really, for your own wellness. It's what you decide not to consume. Right. And making discerning choices. You have to make really discerning choices and just do your research. And it's not because I'm eating fruit and vegetables and and all that I'm actually eating, but I'm just being careful how I even eat my fish. So you just have to stay clean. But reality is, it's rough out there because there's a system of supply and demand. If the country is not sick, they're having big money problems.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Welcome to the industry, baby. Welcome to the industry.
Gardening is so important. Learn how to garden. Teach your kids how to garden.
And make it fun. I mean, make it fun. Don't just stick a big old cucumber and say this looks better than McDonald's. That ain't gonna happen.
My kids have never, not with me, have never gone to fast food. Their grandparents have taken them to McDonald's.
Oh yeah, grandparents.
But that's it. That's it.
That's it.
They give everything they complain about. They make sure
like, Grandma, Mommy doesn't let us eat here. We can't eat here.
Wow.
100%.
I heard that. Yo, but on a quick different topic, we were talking about the situation with Nicki Minaj and also the Prince Royce and Romeo Santos situation, and how artists just switch up their opinions on political topics.
Do you talk about the ones who actually went for one and then changed their mind later? But I mean, look, they all got responsibility for their choices. I mean, that's it. It comes with there's freedom of speech, but there's also the responsibility you have to take with being free with your speech, and that's kind of like going to lay it out there. The problem is we got ChatGPT that no media can cover up. And now we got unredacted stuff that's getting unredacted on the other topic. But the thing is, she made a choice based on her supply need with her $20 million debt at home, with Mr. Man being charged with rape in prison, and so she's cutting a deal. She's cutting a raw deal for her benefit at the expense of her fan base. But that was her decision to go that route, and now she's seeing the repercussions of her decision. Romeo Santos.
Oh, wait, hold on for a second. You know that guy, that person who sued Nicki Minaj and her husband won, and he has never got paid.
Oh, I believe that 100%. I believe it 100%.
No, she still owes all those millions of dollars.
Yes, she's working on her pre-pardon right now, and do the research. Her parents, when she got here from Trinidad and Tobago, she was at age of 5. They were here undocumented, no problem, got no problem with that. But the reality is, she never got documented. And
yeah, so all social media is asking. There's a petition already up to over 7,000 signatures to get her ass out of here.
Yeah, the thing about it is, we have to be careful what we ask for too, regardless if we want her to go to the moon. The thing is, she's got internet connection on Trinidad and Tobago. Even if she goes home, and still cutting records. So we're not really going to solve the problem with that. That's more of a knee-jerk reaction with the ego, and that's just something we want to see on some other people too. But the reality is that she goes against pretty much everything she's saying. She's cutting a deal to save herself.
Well, obviously she's getting
her music.
Obviously, she's getting a check as well. So
she's getting something, and then. Karma's a B because boy, she calls JD Fansa. What did she say? She could back it up. What did she say? She said she called him something really bad live on that show. I forgot what it was. Yeah. So she called him something negative, and they were just got a moment of silence, and she couldn't backwalk it.
She couldn't backtrack.
No, she couldn't backtrack it. And then Ms. Kirk said, "It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay." It's all right.
But you know what though, Prince Royce, I could tell just based on that interview.
He wanted to say something.
Yeah, and he should, and then he also should respect Romeo's decision not to. Look, the reality is that I don't have to be here on the talk. I can say, nah, I don't want to do it. That's my decision. But the fact that I want to do it because I feel obligated to educate people of their rights and to help them along the way. If one person decides to do some research based on whatever we discussed today, we've helped somebody. So they have an obligation to do it the way they best know how to without ruining their contracts with Nike or Puma, whoever they're going to work out deals with. But just to be able to say, my position is I think we should say something and stand for something because these fans built my career and I want to do something for them. And we need to do something to protect our rights. He could definitely fine walk it. These people don't got good publicists, man. I'm sorry. That's just my professional opinion.
These people actually need
things without saying them in the relations space.
A couple of episodes back, I said that artists, when they're coming out, it's like equivalent to politicians vying for a seat. Mm. They have to campaign and promote themselves the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At this point, it seems like artists, new and young and old, should really just put it all the way out there. This is what I'm about from the beginning, and do their best to just stick to that because there are no surprises.
That's the reason why I say, Romeo Santos did say something before. He had spoken on some issues in the past, and now he's just trying to just keep it about music and not get involved. In the beginning,
I don't know. I applaud any artist or any public celebrity or anybody that has a platform to be able to talk. I mean, I appreciate it. I know the ones that go against their labels' wishes and they still
Mm-hmm.
talk. I have more appreciation for them. At the end of the day, the label depends on their streams, their sales, their brand, and I think that they should have the right to do that. And a manager who supports that, and then the manager that goes and talks to the A&R people, if that still exists, and then the label heads and say, look, this is his position or her position. I'm good with it. And if they do any kind of like leveraging with brands and all that, then I'm sorry. Find a
That's
brand that fits you. That fits you. Don't be trying to
from
please everybody
from the beginning.
But
from
the
the
beauty of
beginning.
it is that even if they did get dropped by whoever, the fan base that they maintain will continue to pay them.
100%.
Media now, you can continue to be successful.
Yes.
Right.
Your brand is managed.
Just let me know what you about from the beginning. Then you don't got nothing to worry about when you say
Right.
and display who you are. No,
Yeah.
that we support him because that's who he is. We've known that from the beginning. We've known her from the beginning. That's what she about.
Exactly.
We support that.
Like you
That's
see artists like Chuck D, you see directors
Mm-hmm.
like Spike Lee, you see,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, they've stayed at their trueness from day one.
Right.
And their fan base just grassroots flourishes to be
Mm-hmm.
more of a bigger collective than having to do it later when it's
Mm-hmm.
time to sign with Sprite. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just, we
There's
see
no
right through that.
surprises.
The fans are very
Right.
intellectual.
Right.
And on the other end of that spectrum, you got Snoop.
Anyway, I don't know. Yo, Ricky, did you get to see the new Dave Chappelle?
I saw the
new
whole
show?
thing and I enjoyed it.
Oh my God,
I
we were
love
just
his-
talking.
I love
That's how
his-
we got it. That's how we got into the whole conversation about Dr.
Yeah.
Sebi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw all that
Yeah.
for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
it was,
Dave Chappelle is so intellectual.
very
He can
smart
sit
man.
there. He can sit there and just take exactly what you are, turn around and make you laugh about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
He's very smart man.
The guy's a
What-
genius.
Something that captured my attention was the conversation about Martin Luther King and Charlie Kirk.
Oh, 100%.
You already know I was
No,
gonna
they're
go
not.
there. You already know.
They are not the same. They are not the same. They are
No.
not the same.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They're
I
not
don't know.
the
I got a whole conversation about everybody. Like Flight 93. Where was it? You know, where's the funeral? Where's the? I got so many questions. No doubts, just questions.
Mhm.
And
You got a podcaster, preacher. You got.
that,
I said you got a podcaster, and then you got a preacher. You got someone who I think maybe had a degree, and then you got someone who had like 3 degrees before he was 20.
you
Mhm.
just have one with the right intent
Right.
for humankind.
Right. Because
Yeah.
the line was simple. The definitive line was inclusion or division. That's it. It's not even up for discussion. Yeah, it's not even up for discussion after that. If we talking about division, we don't have a discussion. If we talking about inclusion, then we can have a discussion.
Yeah.
And that's
People
the
have
difference.
different scales for whether inclusion is a positive or negative. So then that becomes the scale at which they measure.
Are we
greatness.
human? Are we human? Are we all stuck on the same blue ball, attempting to live a happy life?
Mm.
That's the inclusion I'm
assume.
talking about. That's the inclusion I'm talking about. Any other subgroups that we choose to divide it, that's our choice. But we talking about on this one blue ball that sustains all life. Our attempt is to be
Right.
happy until
And
we
you
exit.
and I,
So that's
and
the
I think
inclusion.
everyone on this podcast can agree that
Right.
inclusion
Mm-hmm.
of humanity, people, is a good thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
You know, but
that's our bar. That's not everybody's
right.
bar.
right.
Right.
And that's the sad part.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Is it fool? Is it the sad part?
is what?
So is it sad? Is it sad that everybody don't stick to that standard? In my opinion, yeah.
It is from a macro point of view. Of course, it's sad, but I live in a micro idealistic world. I mean, a realistic world. So my
Mhm.
world encompasses my collective. It could be 4 people, and that's my entire universe. I
Right.
shut everything else out on purpose. Yep.
And those are the choices we have to make, and
Right.
everybody has to, because at least we're aware that those individuals within that community,
Mhm.
they're going to continue to work to be happy and never step on my pursuit of happiness,
That's all
and
I
I'm
ask.
going
That's
to
it.
respect the same way. You want to be happy,
Will
that
they
make you
not?
happy, cool.
So that's the problem, though. We can put on blinders and we can say everything is hunky dory, and we don't see everything else that's happening until it comes to our doorstep. Then, when it's, oh, you're Haitian, I'm taking you away in handcuffs because we're rounding up Haitians today, or when it becomes, you are Hispanic looking, or have a Hispanic last name, or I hear you speaking Spanish, now I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? So it has third and fourth order effects. And we can say, well, as long as it's not impeding on my rights, cool. But when it's impeding on somebody else's that looks like you or doesn't look like you, or people very far removed, it's eventually going to come to your doorstep, because that's how rights work. We need to have
I agree with that, and I do that. Actually, I've actually stood someone correct when they were trying to get somebody going in a racial way at a retail store, and I took up for them. And then I stood this other guy correct way before this stuff happened, before he got in office. And I dealt with a racist at a retail store, and that's the last time he's gonna do that to somebody. Trust. But what I'm talking about is that as a collective, with everything going on, with all the information we're getting from the news, media, social media streams, stuff like that, if you don't find a way to find your collective peace and happiness
oh
within
yeah,
your own sphere,
Mm-hmm.
believe it, this was happening before
we're
you.
going
It's
to
going
be
to
sad
continue
all
to happen
year.
after we leave this earth.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to sustain your happiness and your fruitfulness and your abundance while you're actually on this plateau, and educate people. I love Becky G, by the way. Becky G has a really good way to inform people about her beliefs, about her people, I mean, she actually gets emotional because she's found that really good connection between her and Mexico through LA, which is it's very touching. But over here, oh, it's all over the place for sure. We have to be very intelligent how we maneuver that, and not allow it to pull us in so we can't live our abundance on an everyday.
She's funny, man. Did you see what she did this past couple of days before Christmas? She dropped those pictures with her and Bad Bunny that she was pregnant.
Oh wow.
You go to her IG, bro. She had me cracking up, bro. And everybody was like, "Wow, for reals!" And everybody's like falling for like, "Congratulations!" Blah, 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 blah. She's amazing.
You know what though? Going back to Prince Royce and Romeo Santos, and what the point you made earlier, I could because a lot of the strategies for the entertainment industry are very similar to politics. And this is all happening before the tour, the release of their new project. It is what it is. We know what it is, but they have to be really careful to not alienate their core followers.
I was
People
telling
are,
That's
no,
worrisome.
you're right, because like it's like what I was telling you. It's like, man, I've seen thousands of videos on TikTok about the community just protesting and really upset about how they went about this whole situation, and how they
There's
just
just too much faith into these individuals who haven't met the standard, man. All right, look, man. I go back to the era of the Muhammad Ali's and the Bob Dylans and the Springsteens, where we was fighting for a lot of stuff. We in an era of comfort, okay? And because we in an era of comfort, people, I don't want to say this. I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose my comfort.
and that has a lot
They're
to
not
do
cut
with the
from the same
digital
cloth.
age. That's the
Right,
digital age of cancellation.
right,
Before, it's like we didn't have cell phones. We just go to someone's
right,
house and check on them. Are you good? Are you
right.
home? Where are you?
Yeah,
But now we
that's
know so much. It's
mm-hmm,
made everybody kind of like shrivel up to just kind of like be in a cocoon from a
right.
mindset, and not want to get into future perspective problems and not taking
Mm-hmm,
that risk. That's why when you have leaders today doing
mm-hmm,
what they do for real, you got to
mm-hmm.
have them really up here in the respect level. Like
Right,
they're using their amplification to get the message out.
for sure. And ain't too many of them. There ain't
No,
too many of them. There ain't,
no.
you know. But on to another topic.
Yes, sir.
Has anyone observed this? This is a music topic.
Mm.
This beef that has already, I don't want to say reached its climax because it hasn't yet. We're still waiting on Curtis Jackson to respond. Uh, But have we seen what's going on in the podcast space between what's the name of the Jim Jones's podcast
Oh, Jim
and
Jones.
Jim Jones, Mano,
Hold on. There's
Davies,
also a
Fab.
situation with Joe Buttons.
Oh, yes.
The
Yo.
podcasters are applying hip hop rules to podcasts.
Is that what's happening? Do
What?
speak on it. Speak on it, brother.
I mean, we talking about Mr. Jackson is looking in the background to see if you guys are paying your bills for your location, and thus you calling them squatters. Okay, and now they got to drop freestyles to let you know we not squatters.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah,
Hold on.
and I saw
Did 50 buy the property?
we're still waiting on his response because they responded musically. We're trying to find out, is he going to respond musically or in action, right? And then you got Joe Buttons, who asked Nas on when he did the exclusive interview with Primo and Nas. He was like, what do you feel? How do you feel about these artists who are now podcasters talking about the music? And Nas' response was, I like it because for a long time, we had a lot of people who ran publications who spoke on artists and what they're doing and how they're doing and whether it's good or bad. Now you actually have artists who are in this space who have been artists, who understand the ins and outs of being artists, and now they can actually give their artist perspective on artists and the music business. But right in between there, you got these beefs that are happening that are more music than actual beef, but they're bringing it into the podcast space. What do we got to say about that?
Ricky, I don't know if you heard about it. Basically, 50 was saying that these individuals haven't paid their rent.
Oh, yeah. I've kept up with all of it.
Right. So it's somebody got put on blast. That's what I'm saying.
Well, all I know is that looking at it from a buyer's end, when you see the deals of Netflix and the Breakfast Club, when you see the big picture of Hollywood and where they built everything, it's all based on the street drama from day one. They created they created the whole Death Row versus. It was them. It was all of them, and every one of us needs the payday. So now
when it comes for this podcast, I got bars. Okay.
Oh, let's not even talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know, the price that comes at the price that comes at our freedom to express ourselves has a big plus side.
Right.
She just jumped off the ledge right now, bro.
And you didn't throw a parachute at all. No, but as we're talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's still entertainment.
Yeah.
Because it's still entertainment, there's still a paycheck to be made between these organizations and individuals who still come from this arena and have now jumped to this arena, and there's still checks to be made.
Right.
That's interesting.
I just think that behind the scenes, they're all cutting checks, and they're all part of the alternate reality that we're consuming. I think a lot of these people that are beefing are actually cutting checks.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah, and so I don't even know how much of that is AI-driven beef.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, see something to crack. Yeah. Hold on for a second, guys.
Microsoft.
I gotta leave.
Apple.
I gotta leave, but I'm gonna leave you in good hands with my boy Ricky.
Okay.
I gotta get to work. I work, so I have to start my
I
shift.
know he's mixing and podcasting at the same
You know
time.
what I'm saying?
I saw that.
Multitasking out here.
Happy New Year to you guys.
That's
I'll see you. I will definitely see you next Sunday. We'll have more topics of conversation. Ricky,
Sure.
make sure you take care of them, please. And I'll see you guys on the other side. I'll see you next year.
Yeah, on the 4th.
Well, continue. Don't stop. Don't stop. Continue.
No, because I mean, I heard Mano have an interview with Vlad, and he was like, "My hope is that all these guys, you know, who in New York, because it's a lot of New Yorkers, right? He's like, we've all been in wars and war ready, right? And so at some point, we're in an age now where we all are gonna." Hopefully at some point sit in the same room and be able to say, what do you got going on? I want to be a part of that. This is what I got going on. I want you to be a part of that. Because at the end of the day, it's I don't want to sound ageist because it's not an age thing, right?
Mm-mm.
But you know, you're adults now.
Yeah.
Like you're full blown adults with children who still have to look at you as a compass on
Mm-hmm.
how to handle these things and how to move and navigate through the world, right? And so you still
Right.
want to take care of them. And so for me, I was like, okay, when you say behind the scenes, this is
Mm-hmm.
still possibly good for business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay. As long as it's good for business, let it be business.
I mean, they're
You know?
making more. They're
100%.
making more money on the back end because I did this interview. It's posted on my page, but I did the whole analytical metric, everything you can algorithm conversation regarding Bad Bunny's Magic, and
Mm-hmm.
I was contacted from Canada to do an interview, so I have it posted on Substack,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Okay.
broke it down because I did my homework,
Mm-hmm.
and I was even shocked at the way they went about doing their actual outreach on his marketing with
Mm-hmm.
actual treasure hunts and
Mm-hmm.
geographical codes and how to visit Puerto Rico on the back end of clicking for music streams on the map.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was insanely genius, and I give him his manager
Mm-hmm.
and his team collective as like, wow, they just blew the industry standard.
Right.
Still unsigned on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and he really, really did so. So anyway, based on that, I just know the back end stuff when I was working in radio for so long, and I just when I found out we're doing LMAs with other companies, and I remember we're getting bought out a year in advance,
Mm-hmm.
they'd let us know, and
Mm-hmm.
but we got to start doing this to amp their value.
Right.
And so
Right.
when you look at the big picture now, and you're seeing $200 million deal for the Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then they're bringing in Fat Joe and
Mm-hmm.
Jadakiss, and
Right.
it's like, wait a minute, okay, there's something else that's still missing in that big puzzle. Will be a diverse panel podcast,
Right. Right.
where we're covering all inclusions of different cultures of music,
Mm-hmm.
culture,
Mm-hmm.
fashion, and relevance. And so
Mm-hmm.
politics is music and vice versa. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I tell people don't be afraid, and sit at the round
It's
table.
great too.
You might catch yourself being a little bit wrong. You might, misguided. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't listen to
Right.
opposing ideas, we're never going to figure out the common ground that we should be living on. But there
Right.
is a big package there. There
Mm-hmm.
is, and I know podcast is going to be the future, especially with iHeart, Netflix. There's no bigger monster than that. Now, Netflix winning for Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a story. I saw a story where it showed how it was structured on the different mediums of distribution,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and they're
Mm.
gonna own the sphere.
Right.
So I say keep talking.
Yeah. Keep talking. Keep making music. It's still good.
Did y'all cover any music on this last segment, or is this segment at all?
No, this is
Yeah.
the music segment
Okay,
so
okay.
far.
I
But
didn't know if y'all
songs
were
we haven't talked
okay.
anything songs yet.
Yeah,
We
there's a
got
lot of
any
great stuff
songs
out
that
there.
came out?
There's just some artists that I'm looking at. Like I love to discover independent artists that have large organic followings, and I
Mhm.
can really find out if they're real or not. We have a method in finding out when I was doing
Yeah.
brand partnerships with artists, and
Mm.
I can really tell which ones are really getting that capture of engagement, and they happen to be talented, and then I get to know who they are because I get their music and try to get them on a platform in Miami that I'm strategic partner with 305theparty.com. And
Mm-hmm.
so that platform started from scratch. But between that and social, it's 24-hour
Mm-hmm.
music format of
24
everything
hours.
Miami from bass music to urban hip hop classic throwbacks to house to everything from dembow to actual true reggae and dance hall. So
Mm-hmm.
it captures all of Miami in 24-hour format. And so I saw a couple of artists on Instagram. So I'm just sharing her stuff. And she's like, wow, who's this? A manager gets a hold of me. What can I do for you? I said, just give me your best MP3 so I can get you exposed. But if
Right.
we don't keep doing that to people and breaking artists without asking for anything, we're never going to see the growth of the industry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Without
do that
asking
on
for anything,
occasion.
huh?
I do it on occasion because the karmatic cycle is real. and then I'll get
hmm
a call. I'll get an offer. I'll get somebody looking out for my gates. You know what I'm saying? So, but music itself, I think people from the FM that true were breaking music back in the day and begging our program directors, please trust me on this.
Right.
You're
mm
gonna love it. It's a white label, but it's Lisa Lisa.
Sundays.
That's what we did with Let the Beat Hit Them. They didn't want to feel it. I
hmm
said, no, check this out. They said, who is she? Don't worry about it. You know, and then they got it pushed in, and before you know it, it was midday within 2 weeks. This is Lisa Lisa.
So how you gonna avoid AI artists then?
Well, you can't avoid it.
Okay.
You can't avoid AI. The people that are not willing to adapt are going to die. It's a basic. You can keep your audience and stay real. I'm not saying you have to become AI as a
hmm
producer, but I mean Timbaland's already jumped in full throttle. I mean he's like
I mean,
Suno for sure,
right,
you know, and it's still his production creative and
right.
the way he's adding the tools. But I don't know. You got to put your business hat on and then your creative hat on and figure that out, and only recruit and sign actual raw real talent.
Yeah,
Period.
that's tricky.
It
That's
will
tricky.
no auto tune, like for real, get up and sing. I think those are the only ones that really true should get the full advances tour package and marketing.
Hmm.
I've seen too many horrible singers out there riding the wave.
What's crazy is artists have
Count me wrong if anybody's
historically
listening and watching. I'm sorry.
artists have
I've worked with
historically
several of them.
right. No, but what's funny is
Now they got
artists
auto
have
tune on mics
historically
now
been
for live shows.
the least paid
I don't
of
know if y'all knew
everybody
that.
on the list, right?
The artists?
Yeah,
They're now
artists
selling the
historically,
device. It's a foot pad. Right when you
Yeah.
start singing, it just goes straight auto tune on your live shows.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that your ticket you're paying for, or is it just a whole entertainment package of seeing the artist live? What do y'all think about that?
Anything to make the artist sound better, I think they're going to take the necessary steps to give you the best live show possible. So when you're paying what you're paying, you're not paying for the artist, you're paying for the experience that they're going to present to you. So that artist on their business side is going to take the necessary steps to make the presentation as memorable as possible.
I
So
don't
that's what
know.
you're paying for.
I mean
You're not
You
AI.
gonna,
got something to say for sure.
So
Is your mic on?
yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, we're waiting on you to respond.
I was waiting on her because it looked like she was going to say
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh,
I
I
See,
don't
did.
hear mic
I
on
said
her voice.
I
I
said
can't hear it.
AI can't dance.
AI can't dance.
AI can't dance. So I mean, you can have a
Why can I not
yeah,
hear her
artist.
voice right now?
I don't know. Fool can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear Ricky. I can hear you both.
Oh, I can't hear. I can hear her.
Oh, you can't. She can't hear you, see, but you can hear me, Ricky.
Yes,
Interesting.
That's weird.
Very weird.
we're getting shut down.
No, we not getting shut down. There's no reason for shutdown yet. There ain't no music being played. How about now?
How about now?
Hello. Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back.
Yay. No, but I was saying, like, the funny thing is, historically, artists have been the lowest paid of everybody. So the fact that we're now making a move in the industry to, like, completely eliminate artists, or so to speak, right, is crazy because they weren't getting paid a lot to begin with. You already had all the money to begin with. So, like, it's interesting to me how much capitalism is a driving force, like, behind AI in a lot of different industries. And the one thing I will say, like I said, AI can't dance though. So you want this show, you can have a great AI artist, but AI can't dance. So
One thing I can say, unfortunately, about that is what the South Koreans have been doing for the past pre-COVID. They
Mm-hmm.
started creating those K-pop hologram concert tours.
oh no.
Yes, it's already been done. You can find it online. Actual YouTube videos. Full stadium. 7 people doing the entire show with holograms with their music already pre-produced. And they're
Wow.
selling tickets to these groups that don't exist. And
Well,
another insider about Selena and her father decide to say no, which I don't know who owns the estate now to decide on the future of her. But they got a big money offer to do a Selena hologram tour. He turned it down.
is he still
Now,
around?
huh?
Is he still around?
He just passed away, her father.
Yeah, that's going to change.
And so I ask of legends that have passed on,
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes sense. I think if the family's okay with it, we already know the fans are going to fill up the stadium. And it's a tough line to cross. But I'm not talking about creating new artists in AI and doing that. But like if people could have Michael Jackson back and the Jackson estate said yes, and they're going to reproduce his all of his tours on one 90-minute show. Off the wall.
I don't know how I
Thriller.
feel about that. I don't even.
See, here's the thing.
I know.
The question becomes this. And we already know artists get paid more for their shows than the label does.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is this beneficial for the estate, or is it still more beneficial for the label? Because the label that owns the masters, right? They are going to have to invest a solid amount of money for this technology to be designed, and they're going to be looking to recoup, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does this benefit the estate or still the label that owns the masters?
Well, that begs to question several things. You have artists out there that no longer need the labels to get involved to get in the tours. Alpha pays for his own tours. Alpha
Who?
sold out Madison Square Garden with his own
Okay.
money.
Okay.
And so to see somebody doing that coming out of Dominican Republic and being such a big, have a big cult following the way he does
Mm-hmm.
is insane. And so Bad Bunny just sold out, which you won't see on the news. You won't see this. And I've been checking on it. I'm like, this a bitch. I'm about to Substack the story because AI has it all, but the media won't report it. He just sold 8 sold out shows in Mexico back to back. 50,000 per show. Never been done before. Not even Maná. Not even nobody big over there.
Right.
Mhm.
And so it's insane. $500 and something million done with 8 shows in the same market.
Crazy.
So
No.
it makes sense
But
for him.
would I pay to see his hologram? Probably not.
Wait, hold on.
I'm assuming they passed on, and then you're
for the
doing a revamp.
person.
No,
But-
I get it. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like I get that he made that much money in that short of time, but what I'm saying is if he was coming here,
Yeah.
but instead of him, it was just his hologram, I would pay to go to that show. I would pay to see him.
No, the person who enjoys consuming Bad Bunny's
Oh, yeah,
performances
they're
and
gonna
music, imagine if those 8 shows also on the other side of the water in America have 8 AI shows or a broadcast
Now do the
of those
math.
8 shows.
Mm-hmm.
Now you
Mhm.
just covered more ground.
You
Yes.
covered
You know
more
what I'm
ground.
saying?
You made a lot more money, but
But people
I
will
need
pay.
you to be there, sir. Is all
I
I'm
know
saying.
there's a fan thing, and then there's a business thing.
Yeah.
In this case, he owns both.
Yeah.
And so I can see him not wanting to do that, so he stays real. But
Mhm.
I'm just saying that the fact that because what
It's a
he's doing
possibility,
is
what you're saying.
yeah, but what he's doing is very smart. He's captivating and maximizing each country.
Mhm.
Instead of going to Mexico, going back to Rome back to Albania, back. He said we're going to be in Mexico for the next 2 weeks,
Right.
Mhm.
or we're going to go whatever's next, whatever. And
Mhm.
but the bigger picture of all this is that if you have a powerhouse at Netflix,
You're gonna
who's
AI.
now
You're gonna AI.
yeah, and they say Bad
You're
Bunny,
gonna-
we have 10 billion dollars
Right.
to put you on the world map. You're going to be bigger than Michael Jackson only because of the technology. I'm not talking about talent, so please don't come at me, everybody.
Right.
But looking at what they could do for Michael Jackson right now, the global hologram tour with Michael Jackson, 90 minutes or whatever of only his hits, not act 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. You don't even have to go to the stadium. Just click here for $99. Mobile phone. And
Netflix
then they have
Stadium,
Netflix
Netflix Theater.
theaters now instead of Cinemax.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see
Now you
it.
got popcorn, merch.
Mm.
The
It's ugly.
fan is different from the average person. People say, I'm not going to go see Garth Brooks, but if you love Garth Brooks, you're going to do what you got to do to see Garth Brooks.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. Um, what football game during Christmas did Snoop perform at?
Oh, he just did a halftime for.
So
Yeah.
he did. Okay, and remember in the text message, in our text message, see, I said, did you see the AI performance that he took? Because he had a song. I don't even remember which song it was. It's Snoop's song, but he had two other guys on stage, and one guy was a country guy, right?
Yeah.
But it was a rendition of Snoop's song, right? And I was like, it sounds to me like they heard an AI performance and went back into the studio and perfected that AI performance for live performance. Because that's exactly how it sounded. And I was like, yo, okay, so that means any artist that still has a fan base, that an AI producer can take their song and make a rendition of it, they can now go back into the studios, rehearse and perfect that for live performance. That's what the AI generating songs are going to do for established artists.
See that use case being something that I can get down with in terms of like something that I can appreciate. If it's like the arrangement of the song was created by AI, and now I got this powerhouse singer or this, crazy MC to come do it, and actually come and perform it. Like that makes sense to me.
Right,
that
but then
the creative time that you need.
And labels have ownership to so many different artists that you could be doing this over and over until you get to, okay, this catalog of artists that are no longer with us. And then we go to what Ricky's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Because now we want to hear this. We heard this in AI, but this person is no longer with us. We want to see this AI performance. We want to hear this song.
AI is going to create collaborations that people never thought of. And now they're going to go on tour.
Exactly.
But who gets the original mechanic royalties from the AI driven remake?
They get a thank you. That's it. Thank you. We never thought of that. Thank you. Here's your thank you check. Here's your thank you.
But you made a point though. They go back in the studio to recreate it, so they could just change one little. It's their song. And they start creating their own mechanic royalty there and only publishing. I just know at the end of the day, money's going to drive everything. Everything. And I know for sure up to some point, I mean, you're like, okay, $1 billion for all weekends music. Why not? Why not? Everybody knows where it's going. Taylor Swift, she remastered everything so she can keep it. She saw what's coming. So she can actually authorize all the platforms to pull the original music.
I mean, if she becomes a mom, she's gonna be like, "Do that. I don't want to perform no more. AI me. I'm not gonna be a mom. AI me, dude."
Okay, everybody know if you hear it anywhere, he
What about the AI actors in movies?
Oh, they out of there. They out of there. They out of there.
Yeah,
they out of there. They out of there. They out of there. You gonna want to go to a theater to see acting. Once the industry goes to AI, you be like, damn, have you heard of this actor? No, that's AI generated. No, it's a wrap.
Well, they have it to take a specific.
I'm getting all these DMs right now talking about AI. I'm sorry.
Put a J-Lo AI bot in a movie.
Or imagine AI putting together two opposing artists and doing a
Mm-hmm.
collab, and it sounds amazing. What are they thinking? Put the hate
Yeah,
aside
yeah,
for business?
yeah. No, ego's gonna be in the way of that one.
Depends where they're
Let
from.
let AI do what it do. I will never be in the same room with that artist. I'm good.
Yeah,
Right.
We
yeah,
ain't never
yeah.
gonna do that.
But you
Yeah.
know what though? I don't know. I think we're living in an age where, and it's AI right now. But for so long, auto tune has been around in other forms. I have been on tours. I've been working in radio forever, so I can tell you about over half the artists I've ever worked with never sang live.
Mm,
Handheld. Those microphones are the power to their breathing and letting the backtracks play over when they change their clothing or when they turn their backs towards the crowd. Britney Spears, Janet Jackson. I keep going.
mm-hmm,
They're taking audible breaks to get their
mm-hmm,
stuff together, which I can only imagine. But
mm-hmm.
there's just something for me about I'm gonna pay $250, $400 a ticket, bass cover. That man or woman better be singing. I'm just saying, I better hear some church come out there. I grew up with Whitney, I grew up with Mariah, I grew up with,
They're gone. They're
with
gone.
actual soul music. And to
S-
me,
Sorry,
I'm
Ricky.
very hard on lyricists.
Sorry,
I
Ricky.
actually did
The
see Michael
the
Jackson in
sa-
concert back in the
the
day.
sa-
Oh, wow,
the
nice.
the
What are you trying to say, Acapulco?
sangers with the A, the sangers are
Yeah.
gone, sir. We have singers, but the
No, there's another one.
sangers,
There's
They're not
another singer
gone.
on the rise right now.
They're not gone. I've seen them
which
on
I'm
Instagram.
going to give you her IG, and you're going to get
okay.
blown away on her falsetto.
There's some
Okay.
singers out there still. They might not be
Hold on.
mainstream, but
Okay.
they're there.
I am so
Okay.
obsessed with finding raw talent, and not because I'm signing nobody. So let's get that off the grid. I'm not artist managing no more.
You're gonna
Mhm.
get 100 emails after this. Sign
But
me.
if I got a phone call to somebody I know who's one call away to Def Jams, I do talk to somebody who produced Bieber. I was on the phone with
Mhm.
him. If I got access to do something like that, that person's going to have to come off a cappella, period.
Right.
I mean
I have flown to people's
that's
cities just to see them live at a restaurant,
yeah.
breaking the silence, not afraid to get up and just kill the place with their voice. You're
Yeah.
getting signed.
What
I,
movie came out on Apple with Spike Lee and Denzel, where at the end of the movie there's a girl that they're talking about
She was on
the
Instagram.
entire
I
movie
follow her. She's got
singing
a
live.
voice.
Beautiful
wait
voice.
till you see this woman I'm about to send you guys.
Mhm.
And she's like,
And I
she was
tell you
AI.
what,
She's so pretty.
yeah.
She AI generated. She ain't real.
Oh
She's
no,
AI
she's
generated.
beyond real.
Gorgeous.
She's beyond this one here. I'm gonna send you. I'll send
Mm-hmm.
it to you on Instagram once we get off the phone. But I can tell you this right now that she's beyond real. She's actually surreal. She's a new she has a falsetto. She has a range that puts Mariah and Ariana Grande together raw. Hold on. And I run across these kind, and it's like I share her videos. I want her
Okay.
to succeed. She thanked me. Imagine that, an artist thanking you. And so, and then you see her content, and she went door to door doing Christmas carols
Mm.
on her streams and surprising people. And she just released her single, the Christmas song similar to Mariah's, but she redid her own version, and it's out on Spotify. Hold on.
Oh shoot.
Oh yeah, he's like, I gotta hear this now.
Yeah, because there's certain songs you just can't touch.
Well, it's not that she's changing it. It's not that she redid it. It's just that the fact is that she did her own version of what she does. And
Mm.
but when you see her and her mom singing some of these duets together on the same
Mm-hmm.
screen, you see where she gets that voice from because
Mm-hmm.
she's half East Indian and she's half African American from what I can
Mm.
tell. But what she's able to do is hit those highs that they do in India and carry the tune, but she's as soulful as everyone else.
She
So
a
I
problem.
wish her well because if Clive or somebody big gets a hold of this one, she's going to be signed on the spot.
Just make sure she's not on any she doesn't have any habits.
I don't know about all that. If I start handling media for her, I'll be like, okay, now I'll ask all those questions. But
There's no habits,
it's
please.
driving me
No.
crazy right now to even find it right now. And I will send it to both of you guys per page. I'll forward to you and to Prince and everybody else. But
Mhm.
she's promised of what people are out there. They're doing it for the love of singing, for the craft, for the art.
Yeah.
The love of the craft. Not too many people are doing it for the love of the craft.
No,
Most people are doing it because they aspire to have some financial gain
I don't.
they
or
better be
for
writers.
fame
They
or
better
for
be
fame.
writers or producers or sound engineers. If they're just going to be a talent, not enough.
Yeah, the love. Ah, the love.
The love, right?
You
You
gotta
can
love
always, you can tell when they're
because
humble.
them broke years gonna be much longer than the.
Oh boy, they're gonna be long.
Long,
I
long,
tell
good.
I tell every artist I work with, like, you have to afford yourself to be creative.
And you got to be used to know.
Don't quit your J job.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I remember burning CDs up late at night with my best friend. We went to this one,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, the bunch of label reps and A&Rs at one spot at one time. You got to go and hand your CD out and like give your like 2 seconds pitch to each one of them, and you can just told no over and over again until you find a yes.
Oh yeah.
But then again, even with all that, like I saw the interview with Eric Sermon after the Diddy
Yeah.
documentary came out, and he said that magic number is 8,000 people. 8,000 people. If you figure out a way to generate a following of 8,000 people who enjoy your artistry, and you can charge them simply $1, that's $8,000 for something that you put together and don't have to go through any other person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Any third party. Or if
Now
you charge
especially.
them $10, that's 80,000. If
That's
you can
true.
put together a package without being signed, okay, you put together the art and they enjoy it because you put it out on all social media, and you say, hey, I'm charging $10, you're going to get my music and you're going to get this shirt or this hat or whatever. That's 80,000 at 8,000, or
And that in
$100 at
itself
8.
is the magic behind the raw grassroots marketing, and just being patient and
Right.
focusing on your craft, and then being careful how you schedule your content.
Mm-hmm.
And I give so many people advice: for every reel that you post, please do 3 stories a day. I can't
Mm-hmm.
explain it further, but that's a lot. Well,
You want to keep your bubble highlighted at all times.
yes, because it's called stories for a reason. It's continuity. It's like novellas and soap operas. Why they dropped off at the end? Why part two's coming with
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Perry movie? We all can't wait to come out. And it's like that's done for a reason. It's to keep you there,
Yeah.
and to just stay consistent. And like my personal page, no, I have a client. They're less than 8,000 on Instagram, but the
Mm-hmm.
following no longer matters. It's the conversions, it's the content and the
Mm-hmm.
reach. We're doing 100 to 140,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
80% of those views are non-followers,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, those are the people you want to reach. And so I just say, stay true to what you do, grow it organically, and just let it grow. They're watching you. They're watching you. People like us, I mean, if you see a raw talent, somebody that's looking for real raw talent. Somebody does. So, are you still in Colombia?
No, sir. I'm in San Francisco right now. I'll be in Colombia in March. I'll be in Washington in January.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out a time to get down to Medellin and get Latin Prince ready to go. So,
Yes.
Y'all can plan the March trip together.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
Yes.
hey, ALP, I know you're working right now, but we'll catch up later,
Yeah.
man. And then
Yeah.
we're trying to get a trip down to Nicaragua as well, to the beach area.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so, man, my phone's about to pop off. I'm at 2%.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
I love this.
Likewise.
I appreciate both of you.
For
I'm
sure.
glad
We
you let us
appreciate
keep the
you
show
as well.
going. Look,
Thanks, LP.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all the people following and stuff, and all the people that hitting me up. I'm sorry. It's just my view on AI. Thanks for watching.
Take it, leave
We're
it.
allowed to have views.
So good.
Just come back next Sunday.
Right.
I'm always available. Yeah, everybody, come on back.
Yes,
But
sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Y'all have a great day. I appreciate y'all's time for sure.
This has been original audio.
That's right. And we out of here.
All
Bye.
righty. All righty then, madam.